Hi and welcome to our values assembly. I'm going to start with a few pictures and I'm wondering if you might decide on what these pictures might show and what could our assembly today be about. So we've got these pictures here. Okay, have a quick chat. What do you think today's assembly could be about? Okay, well done if you talked about football, but even better if you were a bit more specific and you talked about the Euros. So today's assembly is about football, but also about tolerance, one of our British values. So we're in the middle of a big competition. There's a huge football competition going on called the UEFA Euros, and it's 2020, but I know 2020 was last year, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic, they've pushed it to this year instead. So we're right in the middle of this big football tournament. We've got 24 teams taking part. So teams played in group stages, which were drawn at random. And each team plays each other team in a round robin. And the top two, in fact, three for this one, teams make it through to the group stages, which progress then to the knockout stage. Eventually, though, only two teams are going to be left, and they will play in a final to win the big Euro 2020 Cup. Teachers, if you'd like to watch a little bit of this video, you just have to check the link I've sent you in the email. But if you'd like to watch it a bit later on, you can as well. Just show some highlights from past Euro competitions. So it's a really big, exciting competition. You might be involved with a sweepstake in your classroom. I know teachers in the staff room, we've got a big sweepstake going on where we've picked one of the countries out of a hat. And you might follow a team throughout the competition. Obviously, we're all from England, so we might support England, whereas some people might be from different countries, so they would support their home team. And that leads us on in a moment to our idea of tolerance. So I'm wondering if anyone knows where in the world this map shows. So have a little chat with the people around you, and teachers, if you just ask some children to share, do they know where these countries are? Do we know what we call this area? And does anyone know anything about any of these different countries? Off you go. Hopefully you had a chat about what you see in this map, and hopefully we decided that this is a map of Europe. So lots and lots of countries in Europe. Obviously, we live in Europe, so this is Great Britain here. And within our country of the United Kingdom, we have four separate countries. So we live in England. Next to us is Wales. We've got Scotland in the north and Northern Ireland here. You might know some other countries on this map, like France, Spain, Portugal. You might know some of these other countries here, like Denmark, Germany, the Czech Republic, Croatia, all very beautiful and very different countries to each other. So these are all the countries that are taking part in the Euros 2020. I wonder if you know any of these. So 24 nations altogether, 11 host cities. Those are 11 cities across Europe that are going to host these games. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of different countries taking part. We're actually just in the middle of the competition. Some of these countries have unfortunately been eliminated already. Sorry, people who support Wales. But England are still in. And in fact, tomorrow we've got a game against Germany. So I wonder how that will go. So why am I showing you all this? Well, it's important to understand about the word tolerance because this competition is quite a big tournament and lots of people from lots of different countries are going to come together and celebrate this big event. So being tolerant is having the willingness to accept feelings, habits, or beliefs that are different from our own. So there's a little picture there that says tolerance means appreciating and respecting differences in people. And I'm sure you all know that every person is unique. We all have different thoughts, different beliefs, different ways of thinking, and being tolerant is accepting that. So you might think differently to your friend, or you might think differently to your brother or sister. You might have a different religion, compared to one of your friends, or you might believe something different from another person. And that's okay. That's called being tolerant. So the Euros is a really good chance for us to have a little talk about why it's good to be tolerant. So the Euros show that we can respect and tolerate people from different countries, religions, and races. And what's fantastic about the Euros is that there's so many different players and fans and supporters from all these different countries, and they all come together to celebrate. And that's what being tolerant is. So there's a couple of pictures there. This one here of the two players taking the knee, which I think is Lingard. I wonder if anyone knows why some players have been taking the knee at the start of their matches. If you want to just have a very quick chat about that as a class, and then come back to me in a moment. So for those who don't know, taking the knee is a sign of anti-racism, and that is where you're against people who are racist. And when you're racist, you are unkind, or you're nasty or mean to someone who is from a different race or a different religion or a different skin color, and that is not good. And we also make sure that we don't, show that in school either. We are certainly, we would not be racist to anybody. We are tolerant of people from different religions and races, and that's why they take the knee, to show a stand, and to make a stand. So, in fact, half of England's Euro 2020 squad have parents or grandparents that were born outside of the country, of England, in what campaigners have called a wonderful example of the benefits of immigration. For those who don't know, immigration is where someone from another country might come to our country, maybe for a better job, to live with family members, and things like that. It might be because their home country doesn't have everything they need, so they need to move to a different country. And that's what immigration is. And immigration can be a fantastic thing. Half of our England squad is made of people who were originally from different countries. So, for example, we got Raheem Sterling. He was originally from Jamaica. Marcus Rashford was from a place called St. Kitts and Nevis. You might know Marcus Rashford as someone who's worked really, really hard to make sure that all children are fed and have access to meals. Bukayo Saka, he's from Nigeria. Jadon Sancho in the team, he's from Trinidad and Tobago. And in fact, Jack Grealish was originally from the Republic of Ireland. His family members were from there. So it just goes to show that we can have lots of people from different countries come to our own country, come to England, and that's a good thing. It gives us a really rich, diverse population. Okay, and that's really, really a good thing. So football is a game for all. It's very tolerant of people from all different cultures, all different races. So you've got some pictures there of the England squad, the women's squad as well, the disabled league, which is also running as well, youth programs as well. So it really is an inclusive sport for everybody. And, we have that in our school, don't we, where we are always tolerant and we are inclusive of people from different races and religions. So, to finish with, I just want you to have a think about the idea of tolerance, and who do you know that maybe has a different religion to your own? Who do you know that maybe has different beliefs to your own? And thinking about that person, do we show tolerance to them? Are we tolerant of their beliefs? I hope this assembly was useful, and I hope you had an interesting discussion based on the idea of tolerance. Bon voyage.